Alright, y'all, so yesterday we made or started making a French onion soup and ended up with a pumpkin French onion soup, which is delicious. But I already have 14 quarts of them, and I have still almost a half roaster full of the mix, and I don't need that much on my shelf because I'm going to be doing regular French onion soup and a French onion mushroom soup. So I gotta turn this into something else that I want to put on my shelf, you know? So what I'm going to do is I make a really great pumpkin curry soup. Like, it's so good. And I saved this pumpkin that I accidentally put in there for that purpose. So, and the only difference is that it has a French onion in it. So I'm just going to do a pumpkin curry soup with caramelized onions. That's a new recipe. And we're going to take an immersion blender to this, and
you don't mind if I play?
Yeah, go ahead and play.
So it's fine. I hit fast.
Yes, my son. So we're gonna take an immersion blender to this and smooth it all up like a cream soup, and then we're gonna put our curry in it and all that stuff that I put in my regular pumpkin curry soup. Alrighty. All right, guys, we're gonna immersion blend what's in here. I'll have to turn it up. My power. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can take your food mixer also, but be careful, hot liquids, when you put a lid on it and put it in an enclosed thing, can create an explosion. The lid could explode out. It's happened to me before, so be careful when you do that. Make sure the lid's locked tight. Alright guys, just like in all of my pumpkin curries, basically this is the same ingredients that I have in my pumpkin curry, except it has a lot more onion. And the onions are deeper caramelized. So, and it has wine in it. Totally, like, I guess different flavors. So, alright, my son's playing his game. Alright, so we're going to add turmeric, 2 tablespoons of turmeric, a tablespoon of nutmeg, a table and a half of ginger, 1 tablespoon of curry, 2 tablespoons of cumin, and sorry, that's coriander. 2 tablespoons of coriander, a tablespoon or 2 of ground cumin, and then this is, what is this? Oh, paprika. Some roasted paprika, and we're gonna put this not in here. Okay, normally when I make curry, I saute this in oil and onions, right? But this is already done for us, so we're gonna, I heated up some oil here, heated up some butter and coconut oil mixture, and we're gonna add it to that because the oils release the flavors. So these are soluble, oil soluble herbs. They need, I mean, they don't have to have oil, but it really is helpful to have them released in oil, you know, the flavors. And ideally you want to cook these, but I'm trying to be fast, so I'm just gonna put it in oil and then add it. It's hot oil. Okay guys, so we're gonna just mix it up in this hot oil here to help release, they're aromatics they're called. Release the flavors, okay, and then add it. But if you're making this from scratch, you would caramelize your onions And then add this on in your caramelized onions to cook it. Okay? So hot oil actually. Now I'm usually in my curry add a red curry paste. We'll see if we're gonna do that or not. Because this already has the red wine in it and a tomato paste and some beef. It has beef instead of chicken stock in here. So those are the difference. This has more caramelized onions and it has red wine and a little bit of tomato paste and beef stock. It's a French onion soup base for your curry here. So, alright. And then what I'm going to do is cook this on low overnight in this roaster and then taste it in the morning. I might need to immersion blend more to make it smoother. And if it's too thin, you know, it's too thick, I'm going to add some water. Let me add water. The onions really thicken this up. I did a good job of thickening it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some already minced garlic in here. Even though this has garlic powder in it, I don't have any fresh garlic. Let's taste it first. Tastes like a curry. Tastes good. Now, yeah, because I did not saute, put a little bit, there we go, yeah, garlic. I didn't saute my herbs. You could taste the grittiness of it, but because I'm going to be cooking it all night, it'll blend real nicely. But ideally, you want to saute those herbs up, those aromatics. It gives it a really good flavor. But if you can't, do what I do and just put it in a bit of oil to help. Alright, we're going to let this cook overnight, guys. And that's all there is to it. Let me stir it up here. And then, once you have the flavor you like, you add whatever you want, you know what I mean? But these are the bases. Once you have the flavor, then you add your coconut milk. I'm so happy I did this. Yeah, so for those of you who missed it, I was making a French onion soup the other day, and I put chicken broth in that was frozen. Well, it wasn't chicken broth. It was my canned pumpkin that I was saving for curry soup. So, I ended up making a French onion or pumpkin French onion soup. It turned out it was super delicious. It just has like a vegetable, you know, broth undertone to it. So, I have a lot of it left over here, and so I'm just going to turn it into a pumpkin curry like it was meant to be. And, you know, a little different variation than what I'm usually doing. I usually saute onions, put all of those herbs in the sauteed onions, and then add the pumpkin. And then the broth, and it's only chicken broth. This has beef broth in it. So that's the difference. So what shall I call this? Pumpkin curry with beef broth and caramelized onions, Or French onion, pumpkin curry, French onion soup? How would you call that? We will see in the title here. But it's basically a pumpkin curry using caramelized onions and beef broth is the difference. Like way more caramelized onion, not sauteed, caramelized. That's really good. I'm gonna add a little bit more curry. Just a little more curry. There. Okay. Then it needs a bit of sugar, I think. That's the sugar, because that's what I put. There's my sugar. And I normally put a curry paste in my curry. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I have it. But I don't know. This might be good like this. Okay. Cook this overnight and then we'll immersion blend it again tomorrow. Alright, and then also, before I almost forgot, we gotta do allspice. So, about a tablespoon of allspice. I have this little grinder thing. Sometimes it does it good and sometimes it doesn't. But I like to use fresh berries because they last longer. So we're gonna put about a tablespoon of allspice in here. A little goes a long way. So, and then some cardamom. I put this in my coffee every day in the winter because it has like a holiday smell. So we want to put about a teaspoon, I think, of this because it's strong. And then you have lime. Lime is an ingredient that you would put in, just a little bit of lime. I'll put a little now, and then we'll wait till tomorrow. See how it tastes. You don't put too much. Alright. And that's all. You might add some salt after you taste it. You know, you never know if it needs any salt. But I think that's about it. Unless I want to put the red curry paste in. But I don't know. I think it's pretty good without it. Like I said, because of the beef and the red wine. Yeah, so the red wine in here really takes over the job of the lime. I'm so glad I only did a couple drops of lime. But if you didn't use red wine, go ahead and do more lime. But it's perfect. Just this couple of drops that really I didn't even need to put it in there, but it didn't hurt it either. But thank goodness I didn't do more because it would have made it on a tangy side, and I don't want that. It's already perfect. Already has that lime flavor to it before I added the lime. You know what I mean? Delicious. All right, now let's cook it overnight, and it'll be even better because I need all those flavors to meld together. Like 225, 250 in between there. So we're the monsters are out. Okay, y'all. So it's the monsters keep on interrupting me.
Oh, you're funny.
I'm trying to. Alrighty, guys. So I'm checking on my pumpkin curry before we go to bed, and I decided not to add the curry paste, the red Thai curry paste I usually use. So basically we made our own little paste with the oil, but I did not add the chili powder, and this is what is in the curry paste. Usually the red curry paste is the chili powder. So we're gonna add this in, and I should have put it in the oil mixture, but I was just on the fence on deciding if I was even going to use the paste or not. But I want to save it because I love curry. I love curry, and I'm just going to save it for a different type of curry probably. Alright. I only have a little bit left, and I don't want to buy any. Oh, we got a little sliver of food cooking on the side. We don't want that. Alright. Let's just stir this in here. A little chili powder. Give it a little taste. Yep. Needed that chili powder. It tastes so good. I'm so excited. I probably can cut it up right now, but It's 3 in the morning and I have to go to sleep. Alright. Alright guys, so it's the next day and we're ready to can this stuff up and eat it too. So let's stir it up a bit and then we're going to add our coconut milk. You don't have to put coconut milk in it. It's good without it, but I just love the taste and it's so delicious. This looks so good. Alright, let me give this a little taste here. Good. Nummy. Alright. That's so good. We're gonna put our coconut milk in and then blend it all up. I gotta find my can opener. I always misplace that. I think it might need a little salt. You know, I never salted this. Let me taste it again to make sure I don't need to add salt. Just a little salt. Only a little. It doesn't need much. You want too much salt in here. Alright. Put our coconut milk in. The flavors melded nicely. Melded nicely in here. So this coconut milk is like not milk as you would think. It's like coconut, you know what I mean? Whoosh. So it's like, you know, pretty thick. So we're gonna blend that in. I think I need 2 of them. For the amount I have, we're gonna need 2. But let's just do this one and taste it. Go ahead, now I wanna take this and do this again. Let's give it a nice taste here. It tastes really good. Now this is great as a soup, but and we're gonna can it up as a soup. But when you use it, you can add your chickpeas or chicken and make a chickpea curry with chicken. Also, and put it on rice. It's very versatile. It's so good. Alright. Next. I think this would be a good one with meat because it has the beef broth and the chicken broth in here. Alright, there's only a couple little things on here. It's pretty smooth. There's not much sticking to the blender now. Alright. Let's taste it again. Perfect. This is perfect. Let's jar it up. It's perfect. Absolutely. Nummy. Get our cans ready. Our jars ready, I mean. Okay, so I ended up putting a 3rd can in and blending that up. It tastes really good. So 3 cans of coconut milk. I'm gonna can this. This is so good. Let's get our jars ready. Alright, so let's jar up our pumpkin French onion soup curry. Pumpkin French onion soup curry, does that sound right? Oh, it's a pumpkin curry with a French onion soup twist. How about that? Alright, so I'm gonna fill as many jars up as we can. And these are all jars that I'm canning with ball lids because this is something I might want to share because it's so good that I don't want to put tattlers on, just in case. We're gonna do just a little over an inch mark there, not too much, because the liquid's gonna evaporate. Looks really good. Tastes good, guys. I'm debating on if I want to just eat it as a soup or make it a chicken curry. But I have so much other stuff to do. I think I'm just gonna make it eat it as a soup right now, and then doctor it up later with something else when I'm done cooking everything. I got so much canning to do. I'm just canning up a storm. A little bit more. I'm just canning up a storm here. I got a lot of onions. And I just did all the tomatoes. I had tons of tomatoes. Now there's a lull in the tomato. So now I got lots of onions. And I bought a bunch of mushrooms, so we're going to do that next. Once the onions are done, then we will make jam. I have jam stuff in the freezer I got to do. I got to put that on hold. But whatever else I need to can. But I think that's it for this season. I'm always canning, but for the putting up stuff, this year I'm just putting up tomatoes and onions, really. Those are my main things I'm putting up. And some hamburger and chicken, of course. I already have enough potato. I'll probably put up some potatoes too. These are 1.5 jars I'm going to be using, and my canner fits 8 of these 1.5 jars. We're going to can these for quart times because they're the size of bigger than a pint and just under a quart, but really it's just anything bigger than a pint is quart times. Anything smaller than a pint is pint times. So the coloring is a lot different than because of the caramelized onions, and the wine and the beef broth. It's a little more brown, instead of orange. Normally my pumpkin curry is more orange. It's delicious. So this is one of those recipes, if you're good at changing it up as you go, you're going to have to just season it to your individual tastes. I gave you the basic seasonings of curry. You just have to add however much you desire. There's really no strict amount. It's just based on taste. So, if you're an adventurous cooker, chef, you know, if you don't mind just doing, you know, I make my recipes up all the time. I make my own recipes up, and some are good and some aren't. This one's a good one. But yeah, if you're gonna use this recipe, keep in mind that nothing is exact. You know, it's all to taste. All to taste, and that's what I do a lot. But you might want to put a little bit more chili powder, a little bit more onion. It just depends on what you like. That's the best thing about canning your own food, is because you have it. It's unique. There's nothing like it. It's to your taste, and it's healthy for you. This is super healthy. There's nothing in here. I mean, really, there's nothing in here that would be bad for you that I can think of. All right. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, got our lids on. I always put hot water in my lids just to soften up everything. Real quick. Let's wipe our rims. Okay, let's wipe our rims up with some hot boiling water. I'm not going to use vinegar because I got hot water soaking my rims are pretty clean here. Salt. I'm using the hot water that's soaking my lids here. Ooh, it's hot, hot. Super hot. Now, I'm not going to sit here and debubble this soup. It's soup, guys. It doesn't need it, in my opinion. So, save me a step here. Get my canner warmed up here. Fingertip tight. Sometimes these rings are like messed up. Oh, I got it all. Yeah, man. All right, let's put them in the canner.
All right, so the next one is pie maker, guys.
And the winner in the category of quality is
Thank you, Chef Bobby.
All right. So your soups and like pretty much any soup you do, if you do a concoction of anything, is gonna be, as long as it's half liquids and half solids, no more than half solids, is 90 minutes for quarts and 60 minutes for pints. That's the general rule if you're making your own soups up and stuff. And there's a squash soup recipe in various books that is also in curry soups recipes. That would be for 90 minutes quarts and 60 minutes pints, just to verify that. It's the times are in the Ball book and in the Amish Candy book. But the French onion soup, actually, for this one, if you're going to do French onion soup, I'm just saying that this soup is 60 minutes pint, but it says an hour and 15 minutes per quart. So sometimes it could be a little bit shorter depending, but the general rule of thumb is if you're making up your own soups, 90 minutes for quarts, 60 minutes for pints. Alright, we got our leftover baguette bread from yesterday. I'm gonna make me a bowl of soup right now while we do this, okay? Alright guys, so look at this. I already put the bread in. I put bread in and a little bit of cheese. It's really good. I want to make a grilled cheese sandwich and dip it. I don't have time though. So I just put the toast in and just sprinkle cheese on it instead. It's really, really, really good. I can't wait. I'm so happy I'm putting this on my shelf. And then I can make so much other things with it too besides just soup. It's a good base for like your other curries. This is ready to go as a soup, or add chicken to it, chickpeas, cook it up, thicken it, put some squash in it, put it on rice, or some bread, some flatbread. Really, really delicious. I can't wait. It's like, it's like one of my favorite meals now. Curry soups. I love curry. There's so many different possibilities. My venting time's almost up. Good. Okay guys, so our load is done. Let's take it out. I always love the results I get. They're already sealed, all of them, because they're flat, you know, they've sealed. And I took a nap. I just shut it off and took a nap while it cooled down. And they're all sealed. Still hot. Looking good. I have 4 jars left because I took some for dinner to can, so I have 4 to can. But yes, they're all sealed. Alright guys, so that is how you make pumpkin French onion curry. We'll just talk to you later. Hit the like button and subscribe. Bye bye.